Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, it's another strange video, but I think we're getting used to it lately. The more things I am coming across, the more questions I am asking, the more time I spend at this computer, which is overall really not that healthy, as we know. But you know what? If I'm discovering some interesting things, I want to share it with you because we are all in this together, waking up to things that were maybe not so much hidden from us, but we have not paid too much attention in that specific direction. What I'm talking about today, I will bring to you some very interesting official websites and accounts from Freemasons in Russia, in Moscow. I will also read from their official website how much does it cost to become a Freemason, to be initiated to be Freemason, and what's the official name? Grand Lodge of Freemasonry, of Freemasons in Moscow, in Russia. But we will definitely go to the Knights of Malta just for a moment, since you know all of this is kind of really connected. And we will start with Trump receiving a very interesting medal order, something very, very one of a kind. That was what started to stimulate my thinking and me asking questions. Before we jump into the video, I want to express to all of you how moved, how touched I am by your support. And that is through your comments and your likes and some of you sending me emails. But your donations are really, really humbling me. And I am very, very grateful, guys. I am really, really grateful. So let me start with saying thank you to, I don't know your first name. It's M. The last name starts with C. I'm not going to share it. Thank you so much. To Monica, Robert, Astrid. Astrid, thank you. I've noticed you are a frequent supporter on PayPal. I really appreciate that. And to Ilona, I think you're from Poland. Dziękuję serdecznie. Bardzo dziękuję, pani Ilono. And last but definitely not least, Nigel, I am absolutely in awe and I am truly moved by your very, very generous donation. I so appreciate. I want you to know how grateful I am. So guys, I know it's a lot of thank you, but you have no idea. This is really, really important and I appreciate it very much. So let's start this video with something a little bit different, however, still in Russia. I think a day or two ago, someone has commented, and that person, let's just put this way, someone commented that the video that I was presenting to you about President Putin meeting with this new president of Syria, Jolani or Jolani, however you say his name, who looks very much similar to the father of the Zionism, but that's another video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Someone said that Putin did not shake hands with him and I should do more research before I report on anything. Okay, so let's take a look. If Putin did not shake hands with that looking like the father of Zionist person, here we go. Shaking hands. I mean, here he shook hands with another president, but shaking hands. Definitely shaking hands. So to that person, I just want to say, probably you're not even watching this video. Maybe you do more research before you comment. And that does not mean that I am never making any mistakes. Absolutely not. But I wanted to double check if I was, you know, making some wrong judgments. I was saying that Putin was shaking hands with this one and Trump was shaking hands, but Trump was shaking, but Putin wasn't shaking. So now we have both were shaking hands. So let's go to this very interesting story that is right here First, I'm gonna read it, and then we're gonna play, because there is a little bit of sound and reaction. So Trump was honored with gold crown by South Korean president. It doesn't look like this. You're gonna see the shape. Probably you've seen it already. It's a different crown. But I want to focus on the medal, because he received this Grand Order of Mugunghwa, if I mispronounce, apologies. And he was also presented with a gold crown symbolizing strength and unity. So let's go to this. I will mute myself. Let's take a listen. And you're gonna see that particular Grand Order from South Korea, as well as the crown.
Exceptionally heads of states of friendly nations who have contributed to the national security of Korea. Mr. President,
I'd like to wear it right now.
Okay, so here you see Trump, President Trump, receiving this. The first thing, and I have to be honest with you guys, I don't know much. I don't know anything about South Korea. I don't know the history. I don't know how bad was there, how good was there, the leaders, North Korea, South Korea. I don't know much, so I'm not going to talk about it. I just literally at this moment had this very strange reaction to seeing this, because the first thought that came to me, and again, I'm not an expert in the Grand Order types, but I thought, what is this? This looks like Knights of Malta or some Freemasonry or whatever. But it's, you know, again, it's just my assumption, because those orders around the world very often look alike. But that felt to me like some Freemasons or some Knights of Malta. So let's go and let's dive into it. Let's stop sharing this one, and we're gonna go to some images with some orders. So Freemasonry type of orders, we have, you know, all kinds. The other one was more rich, I would say. But if I look at the design, this is probably the closest. Of course, it doesn't look exactly the same, but you have the crown. It's red. It has something going on around. This is the, what's the name of it? Breast jewel, 3rd degree. So this is like Queen's Mason. Okay. Now let's look into another type of orders, which is Order of Malta. This looks a little bit more similar, right? You remember the one that Erica Kirk was wearing next to her cross on her neck? Kind of. Well, still is not exactly the same, because it's in white and does not have this full filling up here with gold, but kind of similar. So that was my first impression. And then what I really wanted to see was, let me go back here, that particular order that Trump has received. Let me see if I have it here. Okay, I just opened it for you. So we're gonna read. What I really wanted to see is how many people or who actually received this order. So let's do a little search here. Who was the recipient of this very special order? We're gonna see some very interesting names that should not surprise us. So, Order of this is it. Now let's look at the list. So here it is. Okay, still looks similar to me like the other two options I was showing to you. So the Grand Order of Mugunghwa, Korean, is the highest national order awarded by South Korea. It is awarded to the president of South Korea, and it might be awarded to their spouse, heads of state of South Korean allies and their spouses. And we're gonna go very, very Masonic looking to me. I don't know if it's just I'm like, you know, totally tin foil head or something, but let's scroll down because a lot of people, so they start giving it from 1949, just so you know, by Zygmunt Rhee. Okay, and we go just some people that you know pretty well. For example, let's look here. Where did we have UK? Let's go from the end. We have Trump. We have Charles III. So the current king of England. No surprise. We even have Polish previous president, Andrzej Duda. Boy, oh boy. And we have Emmanuel Macron, everyone, who everyone knows it's a Freemason. No mistake, for sure, in this particular case. And many other names, as you can see. We also had Queen Elizabeth was on this list. Leonid Kuchma from Ukraine, just for a change. Jacques Chirac even received this. And we have Lech Wałęsa, you know Lech Wałęsa, the so-called leader of Solidarity movement, in reality the CIA asset in Poland. And we also have, where is the Queen of England? Here she is, Elizabeth II. So if you want to see who's on the list, you're very welcome to look into it. But then the Knights of Malta, that's another story. I ended this video with the Knights of Malta. But now I want to take you to something that I came across when I was doing the research about those orders. And I came across the official website . One second, everyone. I have a lot of windows open. So this is Wielka Loża Rosji, which means the Grand Lodge of Russia. And if you don't believe it is, so let me take you, and we're gonna go back to this website. This is Freemasons in Moscow, by the way, in Russia. This is Freemasons in Russia. Now let's go to this particular Instagram. How interesting, huh? I was shocked that is so visible because, as you know, President Putin banned in Russia any form of Satanism and things like that. So, you know, for sure they are not satanic, right? They are good people. All of them are very good people. All of them, for sure, are good people. I mean, I'm just making stuff up because Freemasons are saving the world. Grand Lodge of Russia, official Instagram. I'm going to put the link down below. Here you go, everyone. I mean, how this is nicely fitted in between those two eagles. Do you see this? Do you see this? So this is official. You have black and white checkboard, so you make no mistake where we are. And we scroll down. If you're interested, where is this? This is actually in China. You can do the translation and it says 2025. Actually, it's Taiwan, Taipei, Annual Assembly of the Grand Lodge of China. Lovely. And we scroll down some more. How awkward. Oh, and we have a picture here. Why we have President Putin here? What do they say? I wanted to see why they have the picture. So they say this. Happy birthday, our president. So this is from October 8th this year. So they wish him happy birthday. I don't know if it's a good thing that they wish him happy birthday or not, but I'm being sarcastic, of course, you know. So let's look in this official website. What do they say? I translated some of it into English, so we're gonna look into it. So first of all, we are here. One moment, I lost it. Here we go. So we are here, and I don't understand a lot of it, but what got my attention is, if you scroll down, or you can actually click on this here, you can click here, or you go down and it says Как стать масоном? How to become a Mason. So I click on it, and it's all in Russian. So this gives you how much you pay and all of it. So let's translate. I'm gonna go back again to translation, so you're gonna see it. This is in Russian, so most of you who are watching me right now don't understand this language, and I am not fluent in Russian. It's different when I'm hearing than when I'm reading, but let's see here. We have the translation. Moment, guys. Okay, so we're gonna start with introduction and then how much it costs. So this is the top of this how to become a Mason. Honorable lodges of the Grand Lodge of Russia currently exist in 5 out of the 8 federal districts of Russia. In central, it's Moscow. Northwestern, it's St. Petersburg. Southern is Krasnodar, Sochi, and Shakti. Volga is Nizhny Novgorod, Perm, and Kazan, Saransk, Samara, and Ural, Yekaterinburg. So we have 5. We have 5, so how many? 1, 2, 5 regions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 locations in Russia alone. Lodges of the Grand Lodge of Russia are also open in Belarus, in Minsk, and Kyrgyzstan, Bishkek. I probably said it the wrong way. Honorable lodges are planned for solemn installation in Rostov-on-Don, so they are planning to open more, and Khabarovsk within the next year, so 2026. If there is a regularly opening honorable lodges in your city, you will undergo several interviews. So this is how you're becoming Freemason. Several interviews. This is 2 to 3 meetings. After that, you will be invited to a hoodwinked interrogation. Hoodwinked, guys. This is like Harry Potter style. Hoodwinked interrogation at the lodge, after which the brothers will vote, and a decision will be made on your acceptance or rejection as a candidate. If there is no honorable lodge in your city, you will be offered to come for an interview in one of the nearest cities, where in case of a positive decision by the lodge, you will undergo initiation. Okay, so if you live in Moscow, that makes your life much, much easier. Or if you live in St. Petersburg or any of those cities, but don't worry, you can always, come. How is this Christian Orthodox related? I have no idea. So let's go to the prices. So please note that the Grand Lodge of Russia has initiation and membership fees that vary from lodge to lodge, but average is 10,000 rubles to 40,000 rubles. So let me tell you, because I have this open here. So 10,000 rubles is $124. And if we do 40,000 rubles, this is the max, it's almost $500, 497. So like $500. But average per year. So you pay this per year, like let's say up to $500 per year. And for initiation, so those, Harry Potter hoods and stuff, 35,000 to 60,000. So let's see the max. Okay, let's start with 35,000 rubles. So for initiation, you can pay from $435. The men in hoods, the men in black approach you, or the max is $747. So that's probably in Moscow, because Moscow is expensive. They have to pay the rent and stuff, right? So guys, are you surprised? Because I am freaking surprised that there is such a thing in Moscow, and why they put President Putin on Instagram. Happy birthday. Well, I'm not gonna comment. I think you already know it's all connected, and I am not buying any more stories like here's the savior and this is another savior across the ocean and all of those saviors, right? So now let's go to Russia again. Let's go to Knights of Malta for a change, another cross. I don't have a picture of Boris Yeltsin, who was wearing that, who was a member of Knights of Malta, allegedly. Everything is allegedly. But here is just a quick little read. Who are the Knights of Malta? This is like very, very short. The Sovereign Military Order of Malta, SMOM, officially the Sovereign Military Hospitaller Order of Saint John of Jerusalem, of Rhodos, and of Malta, and commonly known as the Order of Malta or the Knights of Malta, is a Catholic lay religious order, traditionally of a military, chivalric, and noble nature. So we know this is the symbol. And a lot of times, even what was his name? Nelson Mandela had that. The Knights of Malta, everybody. The Knights of Malta. So in my opinion, the Catholic Church, Vatican, those, and the Freemasons, like all in this together is just some are crossing it, some are not. Here we go. How nice. We see? Okay. So let's look in some history, because this is again from the official website. How are they in Russia, for example? Because we know in US they are like freaking everywhere. Why I'm showing you Russia? Because I am discovering this myself, and they are everywhere, you know? They are everywhere. So let's look into Knights of Malta, relations. Okay, so actually you go to the official website, Russian Embassy, and Order of Malta. So you have this picture here. The first diplomatic contacts between the Sovereign Order of Malta and Russia date back to the end of 17th century. In 1698, at the request of Peter I, a delegation led by Count Boris Sheremetyev, who later became the first Russian Knight, Grand Cross of the Order of Malta, arrived in Malta. Until the reign of Catherine the Great, relations between the order and Russia remain at the level of congratulatory notes on the occasion of important state events. But I want to go to the current times. So what is highlighted? The Russian Federation and the Sovereign Order of Malta restored official relations at the level of representation on October 21st, 1992. So we're talking Yeltsin era. Well, he was a member, allegedly. Since the same year, the Order of Malta's social relief services, because they operate as the helping poor people, helping people who are oppressed, victims of you know, probably wars and things like that. So they are like, you know, saviors and other saviors. Relief services have been operating with their volunteers in Moscow, St. Petersburg, Smolensk, Kaliningrad, and Dubna, providing humanitarian aid to the needy. So I'm sure there is, you know, the cover-up is humanitarian aid, because you have to present something to the public. So, you know, in November 2010, so we're talking Putin era, a memorandum of understanding was signed between Emercom of Russia and the Italian Association of the Sovereign Order of Malta to reduce the consequences of natural and man-made disasters, along with emergency situations. In June 2012 and September 2013, Rome hosted meetings of the President of the CIR, of the Federation Council, and the Special Representative of the President of Russia for Africa, Margelov, with the Grand Chancellor of the Order, with the participation of the Order's experts on African issues. On the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the re-establishment of official relations between the Russian Federation and the Sovereign Order of Malta on July 5th, 2012, the Kremlin Museum in Moscow hosted the exhibition Treasures of the Order of Malta, 9 Centuries at the Service of Faith and Mercy. So I'm going to attach this if you want to read this whole thing. But if you want to know, I think I have this picture ready for you. Let me just see. There was, who started it in Russia? This Tsar, I think he was a Tsar, Peter First. Yeah, let me just show you the face. So here you have this Paul First. Here he is. That's the story. Very similar. All those medals, they look very much alike. So I would like to know, guys, what do you think about all of this? Because the more I am discovering, the more I am like, oh my God, like sometimes I wish I didn't know all of it. How can even, I mean, tell me, what is good about Freemasons? Tell me, is there anything good about it? Because truly, and I don't want to come across like, you know, alpha and omega, all knowing, absolutely not, I am not. But I don't associate this particular organization with anything beneficial for humanity. I think maybe originally, but I don't even think originally when it was created with a good intent, or maybe it was created with a good intent and then it was hijacked and now it's not so good. So let me know. Some of you know, a lot of you know much more than I do, but discovering all those things, it's pretty disturbing as far as the knowledge goes. And that medal that was given to so many strange people in South Korea, now Trump has received this order. I'm sorry, order, not medal. What the heck is going on, right? Like in the face of everybody. So the links will be attached down below in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. One more time, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, guys, for all your support and all your donations. I am truly, truly grateful. You have the links to my PayPal, Patreon, and Instagram as well down below in the description box. And let me see if I have anything else for you. No, I think that's all for today. Yeah, that's it, everyone. Hit the thumbs up if you appreciate the content. Check your subscription if you would like to be subscribed. And leave the comments down below. Lots of love. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. And I see you in another video, probably tomorrow. Bye, everyone.